Hi guys, Denise here and welcome again to another Friday Fragments. I have this question on my nice little whiteboard here and we're going to be diving into what is corrective exercise. Stay tuned. Right, so I hope you all have been good. The week has been good for you all and I look forward to these little chats on Friday where I get to help you understand things more, add more to you in terms of what you understand. And why I wanted to touch on this is because I am a corrective exercise specialist. So it's something that I really would like to help you guys understand more. Before we go further, don't forget, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification button. And if you're not, well, you're probably accustomed seeing me, and I added a little whiteboard to the whole scenario today, so I really want to be able to help you all get this understood. Alright, so without further ado, as I usually say, let's get to understanding what corrective exercise is. Right, so corrective exercise is just a term, and what that term means is the systematic approach to identify any neuromuscular skeletal dysfunction in humans. The thing is, we need to move, and when we do move, these three systems are involved: the nervous, the muscular, and the skeletal. When there's dysfunction, these three things are going to be also not working together as it should, causing problems in how we move. Those problems can be muscle imbalances, joint dysfunction, altered movement patterns. That is what the corrective exercise terminology is used to help fix these issues concerning these three things. So once the plan is, or not the plan, let's say the injury is identified or the dysfunction in the person, you have to implement a corrective exercise plan. Now this can take form in probably 3 steps. First step we want to do is identify the problem, and that's where the trained eyes of the corrective exercise specialist will be able to see certain things on you. But in order to see it, the corrective exercise specialist, or the CES, needs to perform certain assessments on you, and that will help he or she identify the problem. So assessments is going to be the first thing we want to do. Right? So we did the assessment and we saw certain things. Now we want to solve the problem. And solving the problem is going to be using the corrective exercise plan. And we're going to implement that plan, making sure that we have certain exercises with the techniques being implemented with supervision from the CES. So this 3-step process is a pretty simple way the corrective exercise can be used to help you with your dysfunctions. Right, so I had to make some small changes to where I was, and now I'm in a little more light so you can see the board better and all of that. Now, going on to understand more about this corrective exercise, why it is something that we need. I mean, when you look at today, in the world we're living in, if we're not on the phone with our heads down like that constantly, if we don't have to be part of meetings online because of this pandemic that hit us, I think it just increased everybody being more in one position, like 10 times, in my opinion. All these things are going to have an effect on the way that we, our bodies are affected. Now, where is my marker? Right, so I just wanted to make some points where sitting is concerned. When you look at sitting, get up in the morning, you sit down in bed, you have to go to the toilet, you sit down, maybe stand up, whoever, the guys. Head down to breakfast, you sit. Head in the car, you sit. If you have an office job, you're going to be sitting as well. Not to mention, I'm going to add in there some, some cervical extent flexion continuously, because we have this thing in our hands all the time, we're looking down. So we definitely going to be developing some altered movement patterns, dysfunction, and later down the road we're going to have pretty much some joint pain, neck pain, knee pain. All of those things are associated because of what we do with our bodies on a daily basis. So sitting, I think, is like one of the main things that we have to work against. The thing is, sitting also is done so subconsciously. When you have deadlines, when you need to get things done, I mean, it happens to me sometimes. The awareness of how long I'm in one position suddenly goes through the door. And far less for people who actually are working in a desk job, or I would even add to that taxi drivers, bus drivers, we're looking at pilots. All of these people constantly are in that position, and they don't understand, or they're not aware of how long they are in that position. And that is the problem, the duration of time we're spending in one position. There's a lot of security guards going to be under this one, and standing as well will have problems coming up, because your body constantly has to, well, I should say your whole body, but more emphasis is going to be on the feet, calves, and hips to help you stay in that position. And I was actually in the bank, and I tell you, I was in the bank like 2 hours waiting, and the security guard, a female officer, was standing there, and she did not, I didn't even see her move, and I actually had to go up and tell her, maybe just try stretching moving your feet up and down, doing some plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, just to make sure that you keep the circulation in. I mean, and that's nothing compared to, I'm sure she's probably not going to remember that after. The awareness is just not there, and that's what this video is about, to help us get aware and understand why we need to do what we do with our bodies, right? We're also going to have repetitive movements, and I'm going to put that with athletes. You're also going to have, I was thinking about people who work in factories, packers, persons who do a lot of delivery. They're constantly maybe overhead lifting, maybe bending up the back, and that is done over and over, and eventually they end up with spinal problems. If it's not knee pain, their lower back, they pull this, they tweak that, and it's just because we're so unaware of our movements. And the thing is, our bodies are so amazing that we can get away with treating it bad for a long time. But as we get older, that's when what you did 10 years ago is going to start to affect you when you're getting older, and sometimes it's even younger. So the understanding your movements, understanding your positions could help, and that awareness will help in fighting that dysfunction or that altered movement patterns that may develop later on in life. So as a corrective exercise specialist, I encourage you to not take it for granted that your lifestyle can affect how your body responds to being able to move going later down in life, and even, I wouldn't even leave it for later down in life. Let's get that awareness, let's get that ability to do certain things to offset what we have been doing unconsciously sometimes over years. We need to move, and we need to move well, and that comes with a plan of attack to disrupt that pattern or those habits of what we feel comfortable with, meaning in order to have a life that we can enjoy in our older years, have a life where we are strong, we can train for longevity, we can be able to do things that are functional to our lives. You know, we want to get out of the mentality of just looking at fat loss and running marathons. We want to understand that there are certain muscles that are off, more or less in terms of the balance. There's certain muscles that are maybe tight. There's certain things in your body that you may be unaware of, and those things need to be corrected and adjusted. Now, if you would like to get further help from myself, we at Life Cycle 360, we are able to do the assessment, implement a plan, and work with you to help you with your muscle imbalances or any dysfunctions you may suffer. And I say that not only for the weekend warriors, I also say that for the athletes who want better performance, who are unaware of what they may be doing to hinder their performance. All of that can be covered, that we can help you to be more. Like my t-shirt, right? Be more. So with that, guys, I say thank you for viewing, and see you guys soon. Take care, and bye-bye.